Welcome everyone to another episode of How to Make Money in Stocks with Investors Business Daily. Once again, you're going to be hitting the road going back to the East Coast.
I am. I'm on another flight. I will be out to Boston, and then in a couple of weeks, I'm out to Providence, Rhode Island.
And
I want to remind everybody, I'm going to be out on vacation for 2 weeks. Matt, I have not taken vacation time for a long time. I'm overdue. So I'll be gone for 2 weeks, and then you'll see me again.
All right, but for this week, we're going to talk about where you can find a real treasure trove of data and stock lists that you might not be familiar with.
But first, Matt is going to take a look at the market.
The Fed took a more dovish stance this week on rate hikes, but it wasn't enough to give the market the kind of lift that the bulls were looking for. After gapping down last Friday, the Nasdaq continued to head lower this week despite an attempt to rebound on Thursday. We talked about the importance of support and resistance on last week's show, and that came into play again this week. The Nasdaq failed to find support at the 50-day line on Monday and then lost the 200-day line on Friday. While the S&P remains well above its 200-day line, it's failed to find support at the 50-day moving average. On a more positive note, many IBD 50 stocks are holding up relatively well, and some may be setting up for a new move. Gigamon cleared a 34.24 entry in a cup with handle on Friday as its relative strength line shot into new high ground. It closed the week within a 34.24 to 35.95 buy zone. Volume on the breakout was 221% above average. Fellow IBD 50 member LGI Homes also made a nice move this week. There are different ways to interpret this particular base. One is to view this area as a new handle with a 29.42 buy point. The stock cleared that entry on Friday in volume 75% above average. Apple fell over 2% on news that a Chinese court ruled it can no longer sell certain iPhone models in Beijing. But analysts say the ruling isn't likely to hold, and it doesn't have a major impact on Apple's sales in China. In other news this week, Microsoft is buying LinkedIn for over $26 billion, and the Brexit vote is looming on June 23rd. For a wrap-up of the key news investors need to know, check out our Week in Review article, which you'll find at investors.com/investingshow. At the risk of sounding like a broken record over the last several weeks, proceed with caution in this type of market. Now, be very picky about buying into any new breakouts and be sure to have a defensive game plan in place just in case for each stock that you own. Also be sure to check out our earnings preview column. There are several stocks of note, including Adobe, Nike, FedEx, Acuity Brands, Paychex, and others that are on deck to report soon. So today we're going to talk about where you can find a veritable treasure trove of data on both stocks and ETFs, including some unique lists that you may not currently be using.
Now, we're going to walk you through how to find some data. People are still not finding things on investors.com.
Right.
So this is the IBD data tables that you may not realize are right there. They're easy to find. And with the change of the newspaper, we just want to take you there and kind of walk you through. This is a really great feature.
A lot of great features on there. Now, to find these, you want to go to the Stock List tab on investors.com and click on IBD Data Tables. That's going to pull up this page that has a wide range of stock-related tables at the top and ETF-related tables and lists below that.
Now, at the very top are the IBD Smart Tables, and if you click on it, you're going to find the top performing sectors. Now, you'll see the daily change as well as the performance since January the 1st. If you click on mining, for example, you will get a list of the top performing stocks in that particular group.
And we sort the stock tables by top performing sectors so that you can quickly see which ones are leading right now, which ones are in favor with large investors. Then within the list, you can see which stocks within that sector hit a new high that day by looking for the blue NH for new high. And also note that you can easily open and close the list of stocks within each sector just by clicking on the sector name.
Now, many other lists are there, including the time saver table, IPOs, and the stocks that are most active and the ones that are most up in price, just to name a few of the lists. Right now, let's take a look at the time saver table. Now, Ted LaPlatte, who has been out to many of our IBD meetups, I've worked with Ted for years, great guy.
He is.
He's really fun, and he said the time saver table is one of his favorite features because most investors are short on time. Now, I interviewed him for my book, How to Make Money in Stocks, Success Stories, and he said that the time saver table can give investors a quick and an easy way to see what's moving in the current market.
And that was one of Bill O'Neill's favorite tables, his favorite tools to check every single day. Now, as Amy said, there are many other lists on this page for you to use, including the top 200 composite stocks, new high list, tech leaders, and many more. So if you're not yet tapping into these features as part of a weekend routine, for example, definitely give these a look.
Now, if you scroll past the stock section, you're going to find the funds and ETF section. And this is also another really great place. It has the ETF tables, the top sector ETFs, and the ETF winners. And it has the top winners for a week, for the month, for 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months.
Really a great resource. So again, to get these stock lists and tables and on the ETFs as well, click IBD Data Tables under the Stock List tab on investors.com.
And there's a lot of data in these tables, so if you haven't had the time to go through them, this is something you need to add to your routine. And I will be out to Providence, and I look forward to meeting a lot of you folks. And I'm going to try, Matt, to get over to see those beautiful homes that are right along the beach, the breakers and all those, so that'll be fun.
That'll be great. And then you're going to be out for a couple of weeks as well on vacation, which will be much appreciated, much needed, right? Okay, and to get more information on this week's show and also about joining Amy in Providence, you can visit investors.com/investing show.
And be sure to send us in comments or questions or ideas for the show. We love to hear from you guys.
There's a link to the email address right on that page.
Right on the page. Okay. All right. See you next week, everybody.